Our lives in quarantine have all begun to show one common desire: to return to normal life. Social distancing has shown how pivotal even the most menial social interactions can be. For two of my friends, the effects of quarantine have manifested themselves differently. One finding new opportunity with old employers, and the other fighting housing restrictions at Trinity to try to maintain his normal schedule. For 20-year-old Brandon Torelli in Cedar Park, the timing of business closings actually worked out pretty well.
I worked at a golf course in the Cedar Park area, and Austin got an order that all like outdoor recreational activities were going to be shut down. So parks, golf courses, all kinds of stuff like that. But we were outside of that. And there was a conversation, and I brought up a concern that we needed to shut down. And my boss at the time was saying, he was like, yeah, I'm going to fight to shut down, and I'm going to fight to get our employees to actually get paid leave. And so I was pretty excited about it. And then that night I called, and they made the decision to stay open, and they're actually still currently open. They never shut down. And I believe they were trying to make some take some measures to social distance and stuff like that, but it just really shows you an example of like there was a lot of stuff that got through the crack.
Yeah. How has your mental health been throughout the whole deal?
Pretty. The beginning, it was a little iffy, because there was a lot of uncertainty, and especially whenever they were. I mean, I didn't know if the welding shop was going to be an essential business. So I didn't know if I was going to be able to keep working, and I think I had a lot of similar stresses as, when is the stimulus check going to come in? Am I going to be an essential worker? And even when I was an essential worker, is this going to last, or is there going to be a second wave of cutting down what businesses are considered essential, which has happened in a lot of other states, and especially with my girlfriend having Lyme's disease, and I'm thinking like I'm not going to be able to see her till all this is over, and so yes, stressful.
Mm-hmm. For 20-year-old McElfain, the transition was much more hectic. Home was miles away on the West Coast, and his jobs kept him tied to San Antonio. So tell me about how you felt when you first actually processed and received the information that we weren't going back to school and that you were going to have to figure everything out.
After I processed that, yes, this is what was going to happen, I just started to panic about all of the stuff that I needed to take care of in order to figure out how to stay in San Antonio. And then I was very stressed during that process, waiting to hear back about apartments and such. So stress, I guess, is the overall feeling.
How have your music classes changed to incorporate the online learning?
They haven't changed. So anything that involved practicum, so going out into a high school or elementary school, that's done. That isn't part of the course anymore. But conducting, whereas normally I would be, standing in front of a group of a few people and having them sing along with me as I conduct, that can't happen over Zoom. So I'm just conducting, talking to myself at a screen, and my professor is commenting on what he sees, but there's always lag, and it's not very clear, so you don't always get across what you were trying to. So lessons are also in a similar sense, you can't have your professor playing the piano and you singing over Zoom because it will never be in time. So it's definitely a hassle.
Kind of give me a snapshot of mental health throughout the period, ups and downs, ways that you've been coping with that, and what sort of things have contributed both positively and negatively to that.
It really kind of, it does have its ups and downs. There are times where I'm just wow, I've not had face-to-face contact with anyone in over a month. And I don't know how I feel about that. But again, definitely has ups and downs.
Despite initial stress, everyone is trying to find ways to move forward. Torelli finds peace in the normal routine of work and being able to pay rent, while Michael Fain has adapted to life alone by making music and just making it through finals. Though we miss our normal routine, we must continue these practices which help fight against the virus.